Melissa Maresca. After reading a press release from Scientology about their volunteer ministers, I'm curious exactly what are the, quote, many special areas, end quote, the VMs have been trained in to be able to assist in emergency situations. I wasn't aware that special training was provided to the VM to do anything other than assists in handing out food bought that morning from the corner store. Do these Scientologists making the effort realize the only goal is a photo shoot opportunity? And Steve Wood. I have seen on Tony's Underground Bunker site many articles about whenever there is some type of global catastrophe that Scientology makes sure to insert themselves into the middle of these events. Do they really make any difference at all? Or, as callous as this may sound, is this purely another opportunity to milk every occasion to show the world that they care and they are contributing when in fact they're not doing anything of the sort? All right, thank you very much for these two questions, and they're related, so I'm putting them together here. Let's first go over the training that volunteer ministers can do. They are not required to do these courses, before they go out to disaster relief sites, but this is the training for a volunteer minister, and the book is called the Scientology Handbook. It was originally published in the 1970s as the Volunteer Minister's Handbook. And it was of a similar format to how it is now, but they revised it. And there are a number of chapters. Each one is also released by Scientology as its own little booklet. But they put them all together in this great big tome, and it's this big hardcover book. So you have the chapters of the book are the technology of study, the dynamics of existence, the components of understanding, the emotional tone scale, communication, assists for illnesses and injuries, answers to drugs, how to resolve conflicts, integrity and honesty, ethics and conditions, the cause of suppression, solutions for a dangerous environment, marriage, children, tools for the workplace, targets and goals, basics of organizing, investigations, and finally, fundamentals of public relations. Now, that's a kind of impressive sounding list of topics to know something about or learn about. I mean, communication, drugs, how to resolve conflicts. It seems that if somebody had all these skills or had a skill set centered around these things, they'd be quite a formidable type of counseling type person. I mean, they'd be able to resolve all kinds of issues and problems and difficulties, right? Well, you might want to check out my Basics of Scientology series, where I actually am taking these things chapter by chapter. Since my university study and other things kind of got in the way, that series kind of got waylaid, and I need to pick back up on it after I finish my uni studies. But I did do videos dedicated to the first 3 chapters of the book and broke down how stupid and nonsensical this stuff is, and how it doesn't really work and doesn't help people, but Scientologists like to pretend it does. And under certain circumstances, in certain contexts, of course, you can help people. I mean, really, it's just a matter of sitting down and talking to them. That alone is going to give you more mileage than almost anything else you're going to do. But some of these techniques are actually harmful and destructive, and so I wouldn't encourage anybody to go read this stuff and try to use it. It's got all kinds of little curves and messed up stuff in it, and it is destructive methods. These are destructive methods. So that being said, this is what they're trained on, if they get trained at all. The assist stuff is always super, super important, but you can show somebody how to do an assist, like a touch assist or a nerve assist or a contact assist. Those are the 3 big ones. You can show somebody how to do all those in the course of about 15 minutes. It's really no big deal. You don't have to do a big deep dive study, and Scientologists generally don't when it comes to these assists. They read some technique, they read Hubbard's bullshit theory about it, and they think they know something about how to help people. And this is the kind of stuff Tom Cruise was ranting about when he was saying that we're the experts on mental health and we're the experts on helping people. And if you were to stop at an accident site on the side of the road, we're the only ones who can bring any help, Tom Cruise says, right? Well, this is what he's talking about, and he's full of shit. Okay, so you asked, Steve and Melissa, here, about these VMs, and are these really just photo shoots and photo ops at these disaster sites? And the fact of the matter is that that is exactly what they are. The Scientologists who go out there do have an intention to help, and good on them for doing it. But most of what they help with is logistical support, because they're not trained, they are not professionals, they're not first responders, they're not disaster relief specialists. They're just a bunch of idiots who think they know something because L. Ron Hubbard told them they do. So they go out there and they mix and mingle, and sometimes they're way more distracting and not helpful. But, just about anybody can carry boxes or, run a chain line of water bottles, going to a place, or boxes of food and supplies. And Scientologists set themselves up and try to help that way. And that is honest help. I can't really knock that. But let's not mix things up here too much, because the church's only interest in this is for the photo op. They do not send Sea Org members out to these places to help. They do not pay for any of this. They only pay for the gold shoot crew to go out there with the cameras to take pictures of all this and then put it in Scientology publications to show how amazing and awesome Scientologists are. And of course, these photo shoots are always exaggerated, and there's never really full, truthful reporting, because that would be, a bit of a PR nightmare for them internally. This is all about pumping up and keeping the membership happy so that they'll keep paying their money. That's what it's really all about. And so, yes, there is an intent to help on the part of the volunteer ministers. Yes, some of them do know something about first aid because they've gone out and done some real training, not the Scientology training. But for the most part, they're just fumbling around and don't really know what they're doing.